Hello again, Bill Jones, recapturefederalism.com, recapturefederalism.com on the net, on YouTube channel, recapturefederalism.com, website, recapturefederalism.com. Probably nobody knows about it out there because of being suppression by the news media, politicians, political figures, YouTube, Google, Wikipedia is pro-communist. But I need to proceed. For those of you who don't know me, see me for the first time, I filed a notice of treason January 25th, 2016. Haven't heard from any of the people I sent it to. They're a violation of the law. We are a nation not of laws. We are a nation not of laws, okay? You hear that all the time. That's not true. We're a nation of unenforced laws. Unenforced laws, okay? And the title today, as I promised, President Trump Part 3, Treason Purge, CIA, DOJ. That's right. That's right. And before I go any further, do what I always do in presentations. I, William R. Jones, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, so help me God. I first took that oath in July 1965 when I joined the United States Navy. The enemy then was communism, as the enemy now is communism. January 12th, I guess. And watching Fox today, he's got these nominations sessions, but all on the Fox News, and I didn't get her name, she's over in Milan, Italy, reporting on something I've known about and I talk about, and it's part of my treason notice, 91 pages. It's all about religious persecution. She's talking about the most persecuted minority in the world is Christians. I knew that. I knew that. They've been persecuted ever since the time of Christ. Christ was persecuted the worst, obviously, crucified, buried, rose again. But so were most of the apostles. Many of them beheaded or crucified themselves. Most of them wanted to be crucified upside down because they didn't want to be crucified like Christ was. But every 6 minutes there's a Christian dying because of persecution in the world. And that was part of my notice of treason. And part of it's CIA at DOJ. Purge. They've been politicized. So this reporter reporting on the Christian persecution says, since the end of communism. What? What? Since the end of that's communist propaganda by Fox. Fake story. Fake story. There's no ending of communism yet. It's been going on since 1848, since the Communist Manifesto. 1847, since the Communist Confession of Faith. Engels and Marx. I make these quotes. I got my book. I got my book here. I got stuff. I got the Communist Manifesto. I got the Guidelines of the Communist Party 1921. Both of them. You can go online to Marxist.org and you can get it. And that brings up the subject that we're talking about. The politicalization of CIA and DOJ and the entire government in the United States. and the government of the world. Government of the world. CIA founded, created in 1947. 1947, I did a presentation on communist FDR. Yalta Agreement. I got the Yalta Agreement right here. 1945. February 1945. Agreement. Violation of Article 6 because it's not a treaty. He founded, along with Stalin and Churchill, the United Nations. February 1945. Cut a deal with Stalin, and they'll split up the world. Control of the world. The globalist. Yeah. Mr. Alex Jones, get it right. They're all communist, and it goes back to 1847. The CIA, which is the offspring of the OSS in World War II. OSS officer in September 1945 was the first man killed in Vietnam, Lieutenant Colonel Peter Dewey, a Chicagoan, by the way, born in Chicago. I'm in Cook County, right here, same county, Chicago. He was killed accidentally by the Viet Minh, the Communist Party of Vietnam. Founded in 1930, and when they were indoctrinated, learning, Ho Chi Minh goes to Moscow in the 20s, and he's indoctrinated in the Communist Manifesto and the guidelines of the Communist Party in 1921. They're communist. They still exist. He died in 1969, September 1969, a couple months after I left Tonkin Gulf. Yeah, I have a correction. I said a EC-121 was shot down by North Vietnam. In 1969, it was shot down by the North Koreans over the Sea of Japan, international waters, in 1969. North Vietnam, 1969, shot down EC-121, VQ-1. VQ-1, shot it down, killed 31, 30 Navy, 1 Marine Guard. Sent 4 carriers over there. Didn't do anything. Stood down. We had every aircraft in those 4, in that Task Force 71.1, every aircraft was loaded to the teeth with anti-tank weapons. We were ready to kill them on us. Didn't do nothing. Finger up our butt for 3 weeks. Got a medal for that, Armed Forces Expeditionary Medal of Korea. I got 5 medals and 1 citation. All I have to do with Vietnam and Korea and National Defense Medal. Hunting Soviet communist submarines. Communism ended. When did it end? It ain't ended. Venezuela. Russia's still communist. Benign communist now compared to what it was, but he's still a dictator. Putin is still a dictator. Bernie Sanders, you don't hear anything about it. He went on his honeymoon in 1966, I guess it was, when I was in the Navy hunting Soviets. He was over in Moscow on his honeymoon. And he's allowed to run. Barack Obama's a communist. I've been over this. But the media Guidelines of the Communist Party, 1921. Article 4. Propaganda and agitation. That's all they got going on. Propaganda. We don't exist. The media, Article 6, the party press, the party media. Now, we got Cuba, Communist China. They change a little, but they still, no, they're communist. What I sent is 91 pages. What I sent in was the Progressive Alliance. Progressive Alliance. Over 100 countries, the political parties of 100 countries, social democratic and social revolutionary, and oh man, and the Democratic Party of the U.S. Hey, it's in an alliance with foreign countries, political parties of foreign countries, communist. And where do we hear that from? We don't hear anything from that. Is that being investigated? Is the Democratic Party of the United States being investigated? They're committing treason. They're committing treason. You need to go in there, Mr. Trump. Purge them bastards out of there. Purge them out of there. They work for the people in the United States. They work for we the people. Do they report to the we people about communism? Treason? No. They take an oath. Article 3, Section 3. Treason is in the Constitution of the United States. Codified under 18 U.S.C. Chapter 115, 2381, 2390, I guess, 89, something like that. Yeah. What, they don't report it. They don't investigate it. They don't, no reports. No reports. One of the 7 people I sent information to was James Comey. And then on September 3rd, I sent another letter out to Richard J. Anderson. I guess it was him. Or was it Robert J. Anderson? One of them. The special agent in charge of Chicago office, FBI. Comey, director of the FBI in January 25th. They don't know nothing. Don't do anything about it. Don't say anything about it. And it's nothing new. 1963, congressional hearings about the overthrow of government by communists. 45 goals. I want to do a piece on that along the line here. Part 4 probably will be about abortion. We had Marco Rubio yesterday. I guess it was yesterday. So much happening. Yesterday, I guess, with Tillerson. Tillerson for Secretary of State. And he's got him, well, he won't say that Putin is a war criminal. Guess what, Mr. Rubio? You are committing crimes against humanity, along with all the party members of the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. You're committing genocide, abortion. Where's the FBI and the CIA on that? Were they investigating that? Been going on since 1973. Since 1965 or thereabouts, somewhere along in there. They've had a civil rights division Why do we need a civil rights division? We're all equal protection under the law, and they don't need a civil rights division to give special favors to people, certain citizens. I talked about that in the previous thing. 1971, the Black Caucus, Congressional Caucus, CCC. Yeah. Why? They're all politicized. They're political hacks for the communist supremacy. Black supremacy, racial supremacy. The black Muslims, racial supremacy. And religious persecution. Religious persecution. Supremacy, Islamic supremacy, radical Islamic supremacy, black Muslims, radical terrorists. Been going on in Hyde Park. That's where their headquarters used to be. It's on the south side of Chicago, the headquarters. They moved down. They bought that's another deal. They bought with a loan from Gaddafi. They bought a Greek church, 75th and Stony Island in there somewhere. But they used to be in Hyde Park. That's how, the first 12 years of my life, I grew up in that neighborhood. I remember I was 10 years old or so. They moved into the neighborhood from Detroit. Walking down the street with my mother, I said, who are them people? They're in the Arab garb, the women. The men always spiffy in their bow ties. And what were they fighting for? Separation. Separation. Supremacy. They wanted a state Mississippi. They got south side of Chicago now. They're killing. All they're killing. They don't believe in the Ten Commandments. But you won't hear that from the intelligence community, will you? What are they doing? There must be commies in there. Must be communists in there. They're working for the communist parties. Party supremacy. Yeah. And religious persecution. But communism abolishes the eternal truth and abolishes all religion and all morality. And finally, they labor everywhere for the union and the agreement of the democratic parties of all countries. I'm reading this from page 34, Communist Manifesto. The communists disdain to conceal their views' names. They openly declare that their ends can be attained only by the forcible overthrow of all existing social conditions. Let the ruling classes tremble at the communistic revolution. The proletarians have nothing to lose but their chains. They have a world to win. Working men of all countries unite. And they've been uniting in this country since 1886, May 4th. Workers united. Took a dynamite bomb at night. Killed 7 Chicago police officers. It's going on and on. Police memorial been bombed and desecrated. Religious persecution. One of the hearings with Pompeo, the new CIA director, good man. And Senator Harris had no religious persecution of Pompeo. Nothing said about this by anybody. It won't be anybody. Will you? You won't discriminate against people of LBGTFYZ. They're committing seven evil spirits. And they have the nerve to ask another human being not to discriminate against them. Except commandment to sin. That was in part of the 91 pages. Augsburg Confession, Article 16. Oh, you don't have to follow man's law. God's law is over man's law. Acts 5:29. And with that, I'm gone. I won't tell you the next one, except I think it's going to be on, I don't have a title yet, but it's going to be on abortion. Abortion, genocide, crimes against humanity, religious persecution, religious murder. And with that, I'm gone. Good day.